Hey, good morning, everyone. And I do mean good morning, Monday, the 13th, January 2020. Well, it's a balmy 8 degrees out there, no wind. I'm not bitching. I'm loving it for the 13th of January. About 10 minutes after 5 a.m. Yeah, your humble messenger starts his day early. Got stuff to do, don't you know? Dog's already been run. Don't worry about them. Okay, I know for a fact that two of you at least out there, Tim and HB, you knew this video was coming. I know you knew this video was coming. The minute you saw the Green Bay score last night, you said, yep, Farm's going to put out a video. You bet. Well, I'll tell you what. We have to do another blacked out video. Even though I'm all trimmed up, you don't get to see my pretty face once again. And there's good reason for that. My humility will not allow you to catch me smirk or have that shit-eating grin on my face, because I told you so. And what did I do yesterday, people? I told you so. I'll tell you how interesting it got. I got off my phony job at 1:30 yesterday afternoon, moseyed down to the kids' bar, and within the first quarter, Kansas City was down almost 24 points. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. They were picked to win, right? Hey, people of little faith, I told you they're going to win. I made my last bet for a lousy $5 to a heckler. I says, yeah, I'll take Kansas City to win. Oh, you got to be some kind of a dumbass, blah, 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 blah. Well, I'll tell you what. I should have said I'll go for 1,000 because I saw the script people. I knew who was going to win. But not me. No. $5. 24-0. I says, I'll take the Chiefs for $5 to win. Well, I got a new convert, people. Now they know. And then I had a guy say, well, the Seahawks are going to beat Green Bay. I says, okay, I'll tell you what, pal. I'll go $5 on that. Should have gone 1,000, but no. My humility, my high morals, my standards prohibited that. Just like we have to do a blacked out video here, because I can't afford to have you see my grin. I told you so. And it was easy peasy, people. 5 out of 6 picks correct. Should be 6 for 6. And let me explain something, because I know there's a few other hecklers out there that say, hey, you said the Eagles in the early playoffs, wildcard playoffs, were going to win. Yes, I did, and they should have. But see, it wasn't about the Eagles. It was about North Dakota boy, Carson Wentz. And guess what? He got injured, so they went from script A to script B. The Eagles were only going to win that one game. But Carson did such a poor job in the early series. The crappy Cowboys were leading their division. It's rigged, people. It's a rigged game. So, Carson get injured. They go from script A to script B, and life carried on. So, technically, they would have won if Carson would have stayed healthy. Your humble messenger cannot control that. Look, they're not going to end the first season of MASH because one of the key actors or actresses dies in a car accident. They'll write them out of the script. They'll make some tear-jerking story about, oh, they were ambushed by nasty Koreans on their way for a little bit of leave and liberty to visit their long-lost son, or whatever. You know, keep you guys stirred up. They're not going to stop a successful operation because someone gets injured or dies. Just ain't going to happen. So, I called it. Vikings would beat the Saints. Vikings would lose to the 49ers. Seahawks would lose to Green Bay. The 24-0 Chiefs would come back and win it against the Texans. 51-31, I think the score was. Okay. So I'm around my dogs today thinking, you know, I got to talk to these people about more things than just that. The job of a humble watchman is to look out, stand on the wall, look out to the horizon, you know, the flat, level horizon on the flat earth, and to declare to you people what's coming. I turn around up the wall, I yell down to you, I say, hey, look out, I see bad things coming. Now, if I don't warn you, the curse is on me. Yeah, the Almighty Creator says, hey, tell you what, man, you didn't warn them. Now you're going to pay. But if I warn you, you don't listen, what can I possibly say? All right, so I'm trying to warn you. I try to tell you, check out my links. And as I'm running my dogs, I'm trying to figure out, I'm going to have to wing this show today. And man, there's all places I could go. I got to tell these people, you have to start considering the simple thought that everything you think you know could be wrong. It's rigged, people. I'm no prophet. I can't see the future, but I can read a TV script. This is entertainment. Multi-billion-dollar Murray Quack and Duck controlled entertainment, goyim. Moo, wake up. Not that I'm so smart. I'm far too humble to even suggest such a thing. You know, it's the old saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink, people. And I'm not calling you horses. Don't get upset. I'm using that as an analogy. I try to teach you. I try to help you. You got to listen or prove me wrong. All right, so let me help you out here. Quick 3-minute video by the great master himself. Says it all in 3 minutes, what I was struggling with to say for you for maybe another next 15 minutes. So listen to the great Georgie. You know the guy. Oh yeah, people. Strong language advisory. This guy doesn't mince words. You'd never hear your humble master talk like this guy. Fuck that. I would never talk like this guy. Here we go.
But there's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them. That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table to figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork, and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back, so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later, because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. And by the way, it's the same big club they use to beat you over the head with all day long, where they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all. At all. At all. Yeah. You know? And nobody seems to notice, nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on, the fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big red, white, and blue dick that's being jammed up their assholes every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream, because you have to be asleep to believe it.
Well, I couldn't have said any better than the great one, George Carlin. All right, people, I got stuff to do. He said in 3 minutes and 14 seconds what it took me an hour to try to tell you, and I'd have bored the hell out of you and you fell asleep. Okay, till next video. I gotta say it one more time. I told you so, people. Want me to tell you what's going to happen next week before they even kick off the first game? You know what's coming. I'll tell you. Have a good day. And let me see if I can get out of this thing. Oh, yes, I know how to do this.